Hi, Nikki Cottom here. Today I wanted to talk about worthiness. Now, this is a subject that a lot of people have difficulty with because sometimes we feel like if we don't have something, it's because we deserve not to have it or we don't deserve to have it. Or sometimes we wonder if we do deserve the things we have, and sometimes we wonder what we have done to deserve anything. So deserving is a really interesting topic, and it boils down to, do we feel worthy of something? So for example, do we feel worthy? Like, for example, do I feel worthy to be my ideal weight? Well, I might talk myself out of it because I might say, well, I'm not worthy of it because I eat junk food, or I eat sugary foods, or I eat processed foods. All right, we might ask ourselves or think we are not worthy of having valuable friendships. And maybe it's because we felt like at one point we weren't a valuable friend. And so sometimes we talk ourselves out of our worth. And let me just tell you something. Our worth never changes. Our worth is always incredible. Okay? Now, God thinks of us as having so much worth, divine worth, just infinite worth. And each person on the planet has such incredible worth. Yet we always try to talk ourselves out of it somehow. I don't know why. I don't know why we do it, but it's unhealthy and it keeps us stuck. Okay? So I wanted to talk a little bit about this new book that I got, and I felt inspired to get it because I've been dealing a lot with this lately. Sometimes I wonder, why am I not where I want to be in my health, in my career, in whatever it is? Sometimes I wonder, okay, is it because I'm not good enough? Okay, good enough has to do with worthiness. So if you ever feel like I'm not good enough, it boils down to whether you feel worthy of something. Okay? So I've wondered that. I've wondered, okay, what have I been doing that has stopped me from being worthy of something? So I felt like I should get this book because the author first wrote this book, I Am Fabulous, several years ago. And I got this book, I want to say a couple years ago. It's called I Am Fabulous, and I've showed it on videos before. But inside there are incredible blends for the heart, incredible blends for setting boundaries. There's a blend in here called Just Say No that has to do with setting boundaries. One of my favorites is Mend the Heart. Okay, so to help heal up the broken heart. But one that I really came to love is called, no, it wasn't that. Hold on. Royalty. Okay, this one smells amazing, and it helped me when I would wear this as a perfume. It would help me feel royalty. Now the oils in it: jasmine, frankincense, ylang ylang, bergamot, melissa, and lavender. Very regal oils. But this, and there's one blend in here called something about staying in the present. And that particular blend I've used a lot to help me with just feeling grounded, feeling like that I can be in the present moment and be okay. And there's so many great blends in here. So I got this book a little while ago. It's called I Am Fabulous. The author is really cool. The author her name is Desiree Mangadog, and she is an acupuncturist and very much into Chinese medicine. So she talks a lot about Chinese medicine and herbs and essential oils and why she loves them. And I love all the blends in the I Am Fabulous book. Okay, because there's just a blend for everything. There's a blend for feeling collected, calm. There's a blend for staying present. There's again one called Bye Bye Baggage. There are a bunch of really neat oil blends that she puts together in here. And the other cool thing is she explains why she uses every single blend in here. So let me just find one that I can share. So with the connected blend, it says connected reminds you that you're not alone. Everyone is part of the greater human family. And it has the breakdown, like cedarwood helps you recognize how many people love and support you. Cassia provides self-confidence and helps you see your true beauty. Wild orange allows you to feel the warmth and love in your heart from all people connected to you. Grapefruit gives you discernment on who to let in and who to keep out of your space. Marjoram breaks down the walls that block the heart from opening and restores trust in humanity. And then ylang ylang heals the heart from past pain and heartache and helps restore faith in people. Okay, so she explains those things. I love how she talks about the emotional benefits of those oils. Okay, so as I was trying to debate whether or not to get this book, I thought of how much I love this one. And so I bought this book. It's called I Am Worthy, okay? And this is what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. So by the same author, Desiree Mangadog, okay? She has Facebook. She does Facebook videos. She does YouTube videos. She does really cool things. Anyways, I read the first few chapters of this book today, and I was really inspired, so I wanted to talk about it. So as I was reading it, I was just thinking, okay, why am I not where I want to be in my health? Why am I not where I want to be in my career? Why am I not where I want to be in my lifelong, where I want to see myself in my life right now? Why am I not there? Is it because I'm not worthy enough? Is it? And so I those thoughts were really crossing my mind. And in here, it's really powerful, her message. So she talks a lot about how it boils down to feelings of being worthy. And her message is powerful. I can't do it justice. I would encourage you to get this book. So far, it's helped me identify some thought patterns that I need to change. And she has a really good system in here for doing that. And so I've followed those. And then she has a blend called, there are several blends in here. And if you get this book, you'll get the labels to go on top of each of the 10 ml roller bottles. And I made the first one today. Okay, so the first one is called Clear the Noise. And she talks about how there's an order to things. And when it comes to our feelings of our self-worth, she compares it to a house that's kind of been a little bit run down, and it's time to really flip the house, make the house great, livable, lovable again. Okay, so she talks about this house, how we're kind of like a house, and maybe some mold has crept in, maybe some termites have been eating the foundation or frame of the house, maybe this and that, this has fallen into repair or whatnot. And she says the first thing you have to do is you have to stop the destruction from continuing. Okay, so for us it would be stop those negative self-sabotaging things that are constantly crowding our mind. Those feelings of, well, I'm not good enough because I'm not smart. I'm not good enough because I don't have the resources I need. I'm not good enough because if I were, I would have blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this blend is called Clear the Noise. Okay, and it has melaleuca, wintergreen, cypress, lemongrass, and cedarwood. I think it's 8 drops melaleuca and 3 drops of each wintergreen, cypress, lemongrass, and cedarwood, and then filling the rest of the bottle up with fractionated coconut oil. Okay, so, and the instructions are to put some on the back of your neck twice a day, over your belly midline, and then also right here in the creases. Okay, and I tell you what, this was really cool. And I just dropped. Okay, this is really cool. So I put it on today, and within seconds, I just noticed that I was calm. almost to the point of being in a trance or feeling, a little bit hypnotic. So calm. It really did help just clear the noise. And I tell you what, the past few weeks for me, I have had more anxiety than I usually have. And a lot of it is because I've been beating myself up. Okay. And I've been saying, well, if I were good enough, I would have done this, or I should have done this, or why do I keep putting this off? Those thoughts you're thinking about, right? Okay. I've been having a lot of those more often the past few weeks. And when I put this on, it was like silence in my head. Like I could actually think about something I wanted to think about. So that was a really cool experience for me. So I'm having a great time with this so far. This is day 1, and I've already had a great experience with it. And then each week, she has a different blend and protocol. And I'm sure I won't be completely gone with this entire bottle, so I'll keep it on hand for those moments when I need that extra help just clearing out the noise. It's really, really neat. And she explains why each of these essential oils in here, just like she does in this book, she explains, Melaleuca is like by nature a disinfectant, and it also has the ability to eliminate harmful pathogens from the body, and mentally and emotionally, it eliminates pathogens that lead to disease, dis-ease. It is one of the few essential oils that interrupt old patterns of thinking. So if you find yourself in a constant state of worry and anguish over the same issue, Melaleuca is a top oil to use. Okay, and then wintergreen and cypress support Melaleuca. They're kind of like a jackhammer drilling through the concrete. They've helped together. All 3 of these so far are like they're a force to be reckoned with, and ensuring a pattern is broken. The pattern of, this negativity. Whenever dealing with a stubborn or stagnant energy, use these oils to break it up. Okay, lemongrass is great to clear the negative vibrations, the negative emotional feelings, and then cedarwood is to help calm the mind and balance out the whole blend. Just kind of bring balance. So you're clearing stuff out, you're digging up the junk out, and then the cedarwood is to just kind of mellow everything out. Okay, so it's going to be, so I'm really excited for this. So I'm going to do a week of this, and then I'm going to do a week of the second one. So I might do a follow-up video. We'll have to see. But so far, I love this so much. This book is great. So, in fact, there was a place in here that I could write down some of the negative thought patterns. And if you don't think that I have negative thought patterns because I'm so cool and have my act together, think again, okay? Here are some things that I think on a regular basis, and I'm being vulnerable with you. I've cleared a lot of junk out, but still, there's always going to be a little bit there. So here were my top 5. And I also rated on a scale of 1 to 10 how crippling these messages are, okay, for me. All right, so 0 does not affect me at all. 5, the thought has somewhat of a negative impact. And 10, the thought has crippling impact. Okay, so the first message in my mind, being vulnerable with you, okay? Okay, so number 1, I don't have what it takes to be successful. And you're probably thinking, whatever, Nikki, I totally see that you are. But that's seriously a thought that's in my mind. And I don't know why it's there. It doesn't belong there. I know deep down inside it's not true. But it's just been there, okay? So, and out of an intensity level, it's probably a number 10 out of 10. That's how crippling that message is for me. Until 1 week after this, and then there's another cool exercise to make sure these are gone. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. All right, so number 2, this is a message that I think regularly. All these messages I think multiple times a day, okay? The second message, every disadvantage is working against me. How intense is that? Okay, so that also has an intensity impact of 10 for me. It's very crippling for me. Okay, number 3, I feel like giving up. Like, seriously, Nikki? Really, you think those things? Okay, honestly, these are things that I feel on a regular basis. I'm a human being, okay? That also has an intensity level of a 10 for me. Okay, it's intense for me. Okay, the number 4, I'm not successful with anything outside the home. So I feel like really the only thing I'm good at are things that I do at home. Change diapers, teach school, things like that. And you're probably thinking, I know for a fact those aren't true, right? Because they aren't. They're false, but I let them sit in my head and keep me from doing anything, okay? And that probably has a crippling effect of about 8 out of 10. Okay, and then the last one, I'm embarrassed to reach out to people because I'm not successful. And you're like, Nikki, are you seriously having these thoughts? Because they're not true, right? If you were to write down the top 5 negative messages that are affecting you on a regular basis, I guarantee you, everyone else listening to you would be like, nah, really? Like, how could you even think that? You, because of this and this and this. Like, I see that's totally not true. But sometimes we let those thoughts get in our mind and just kind of like poison our abilities, okay? So nobody's immune to negative thoughts, okay? And so that also has an intensity level of 8. So those have like an intensity level of 10, 10, 10, 8, and 8. Okay. All right. But the cool thing is this oil blend, Clear the Noise, is meant to help de-junk those negative thought patterns. Okay. So I'm excited about this. Okay. And then at the end of the week, I get to write the affirmation sentences, because they're going to be gone. So the opposite will be true. Okay? All right. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. I have already fallen in love with this book, and I don't fall in love with books very often, but when I do, I have to share. Like, I've also fallen in love with this emotions book as well. And I've talked about this several times. Emotions and Essential Oils. I've talked briefly about I Am Fabulous, and now today I'm talking about I Am Worthy. Because it really all boils down to whether we feel deserving or worthy of something. Okay, when we do not have wealth, it's oftentimes because we don't feel deserving of it. If we don't have an ideal job, it's because we don't feel like we're deserving of it. If we don't feel like we have the ideal whatever, it's because we feel unworthy of it. And one thing I know about God is that He is willing to give us everything. But if we are blocking those things out by our own negative thoughts of unworthiness, there's no way they can enter into our lives. We blocked them. Okay, and so I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. As you can tell from these negative messages, they're creeping up. I'm trying to break through those. Okay, so if you have some things you need to break up, some negativity, those noises in your head that just tell you there's no way you could do that, you're not good enough, what are you thinking, that's so stupid that you even think you can try, those messages, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so make yourself this blend. I already told you how to make it. So make this blend. I would encourage you to get the book too. So it's a total transformational process. I'm just in week 1, and I'm excited for the weeks to come. In fact, I might even do a video follow up just to give you a heads up and let you know how it's gone so far. But so far, I love this. This morning when I made it, or this afternoon when I made it, I smelled the wintergreen, and now I'm smelling the melaleuca. So apparently that's what I need. So anyways, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to share. You're welcome.